All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. On second down, Conner looking for space. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 15. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. On second down, it's Conner. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Set. 230. Check 52. Come on. Easy. Quarter.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On 3rd down, it's Conner. Well, he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Like 20.
They'll try to run it. This is Conner. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Roethlisberger to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Tell you what, Brandon, if I see a dime look, if I see 6 defensive backs near the goal line, I'm changing to a running play every time.
And they had 6 there. Surprised he didn't audible at the line?
Very much so. I'm going to count.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Go.
They'll look to throw here. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Go.
They're going to try and throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, Haywood. Look at me. Zipper.
They're going to look to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Got it.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Wahoo!
2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
I can't believe they even let you play. My God, 55. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Hey. Shoot.
He'll drop to throw. And able to find Green. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Terrell Edmunds comes flying in from safety for the sack. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll set up a throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So you're a boxing guy. How do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I call it a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And they'll run for it with Miller. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 32.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Single.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And it's knocked away and incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Roethlisberger into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. They were looking for Johnson that time. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, Delta.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Hey, check. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not real.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 30, the 20, 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Paul Richardson, 99 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
60 out more.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back to throw here. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Go.
Hey, let's get that home. Mike.
Dude.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him. About 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, me and you all get
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. James Washington was the intended target. And it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission.
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
At the 36-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
But another takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Short little throw to Ebron. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
From the 38, Roethlisberger. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Conner. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Back to Mixon on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Yeah. On the ball.
Check 55.
Go. Be grip.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's taken on the 25. A great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Black 20. 50. 24. No. Black, what's that?
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Complete. Richardson has it. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Here we go.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 15 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again, it's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Shit. Watch the shit go.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much marking it.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Devin Bush in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And now this pass brought in by Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Antonio Brown, 92 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them, because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep here. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
77.
54, Mike.
Hey, exit.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the run. Mike, 54.
8. Like I said.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
No spacing.
Mike, spot 4. I'm scared.
44.
One set. Check, Mike, 54. Mike.
Hey. High 7.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though? In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's out right at the 25. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
55 to Mike. Come on. Mike, 55. Mike, 55. Hey, eat. I'm going.
2nd down and inches. And his throw is incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. This will be caught by Brown. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
15 line. 15 line.
Not ready for this, man.
They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, 79 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Here we go. 18, Gator.
Right here. Check.
Now.
Ringo.
Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got a man. Complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant.
55, come on.
Don't get nervous. Hey. 5.
Back to throw here. This will be caught once again by Brown. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Yes. Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to
Wow.
Their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.